Your brand new bathroom already looks dirty and you haven't even lived in it for a month. Yeah, it's probably because you made one of these many mistakes. I'm Blake. Welcome back to Built by Becker. I design and build custom homes and do high-end renovations. And let me tell you, bathroom disasters happen way more often than they should. The crazy part of this is that most of these problems could have been avoided with a little bit of planning. Today, we're diving into bathroom planning mistakes that'll have you kicking yourself later. By the end of this video, you'll be an expert of knowing what not to do. So hit that subscribe button right now and let's get into it. We'll start with materials that seem like a great idea until you've actually lived with them. I'm not trying to crush anyone's design dreams here, but some of these trendy choices are going to have you pulling your hair out in a year or two. First up, those beautiful matte black fixtures that are absolutely everywhere right now. I get it. They look stunning in photos. They give your bathroom that modern, sophisticated vibe. But here's what no one's telling you at the showroom. Matte black is basically a magnet for hard water stains. Every single drop of water that hits those fixtures shows up like a spotlight, and no amount of daily wiping is going to keep them looking pristine. You'll be cleaning constantly, and even then, they'll still look dingy most of the time. Plus, matte black, it's having its moment right now, which means in 5 years it's going to be completely outdated. Now, speaking of materials that age badly, let's talk about those super gray vinyl plank floors that everybody's been installing for years. I can't tell you how many clients have come to me saying their bathroom feels cold and institutional. That's because these ultra gray floors are already starting to feel dated and they make your bathroom look like a hospital corridor. The trick here is to go with something more natural or medium brown tones, warm, timeless, and it won't make your guests feel like they're visiting a medical facility. But the biggest material mistake that happens time and time again, homeowners who fall head over heels for loud pattern tiles. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate creativity, but when you put a busy geometric pattern on your floor or walls, that becomes the star of the show forever. Want to change your paint color in 3 years? Too bad. That floor is calling all the shots now. Want to add some personality with accessories or artwork? Forget it. You already have the visual overload on the floor or wall. Keep your base material simple and classic, and then you'll have the flexibility to change other elements as your design evolves. This connects perfectly to our next major issue, storage that actually works instead of looking good in the catalog. Most people walk into a big box store and see a pretty vanity and think they've solved their storage problems. Then they get it home and realize it has about as much usable storage as a shoebox with a door on it. Here's the reality. Those prefab vanities with the big cabinet doors are basically useless in real life. Like, you open the door and it's this cavernous space where everything falls to the back and disappears into the Bermuda Triangle. What you really need are drawers, and lots of them. Drawers mean you can actually see and reach everything without doing a contortionist move in your bathroom every morning. And while you're talking about storage, can we please stop pretending that medicine cabinets are outdated? I know you ripped out the old mirrored box from the 80s, but modern medicine cabinets are actually pretty sleek. They give you storage without eating up floor space, and they keep your counters clear of all those bottles and tubes that somehow multiply when you're not looking. It's like having a secret storage compartment behind your mirror. Don't stop there though. If you've got wall space, shallow cabinets are your best friend. They're perfect for storing towels, toilet paper, and all those backup products you buy in bulk. And here's a pro tip that'll change your life. Add electrical outlets and USB ports inside your vanity. Suddenly, your electric toothbrush, phone charger, and other gadgets have a home where they're not cluttering up your counters or fighting for space around your sink. Now let's move into the shower territory because it's where some of the most expensive mistakes happen. Rain showers look absolutely luxurious and they feel great while you're standing underneath them enjoying your morning routine. But here's what the showroom doesn't tell you. You cannot effectively clean a shower with just a rain head. It's physically impossible. You'll need a handheld shower head for cleaning, and honestly, it's pretty nice for everyday use too, especially when you're washing your hair or rinsing off. While we're in the shower, let's talk about those niches. You know, the little built-in shelves for your shampoo and soap. Most contractors will give you a little tiny niche and call it a day. But you've got shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face soap, shaving cream, and maybe a few other products and accessories. That's not fitting in one of those small spaces. And you definitely don't want your expensive products falling off narrow ledges every time you move. You need to have this conversation with your contractor early and be specific about what you need and where you need it. And please, for the love of all that's bathrooms, think about your shower floor before you fall in love with those big, smooth tiles. Those might be sleek and modern, but they're basically ice rinks when they're wet. You want smaller tiles with with more grout lines because those grout lines give you traction and prevent slips. Yes, more grout means more cleaning, but it also means not ending up in the emergency room because you slipped getting out of the shower. Since we're talking about grout, let's address the color choices right now. Pure white grout in the shower is basically asking for trouble. It's going to stain, it's going to discolor, and you're going to hate it every time you look at it. On the flip side, black grout sounds great, but it fades to gray and it fades way too fast. The best option is sand colored grout. It hides dirt and soap scum naturally while still looking intentional and clean. And if you're using some of those lighter tones we talked about earlier, it'll all make sense. This brings us to layout decisions that seem minor but can completely kill your bathroom's functionality. Let's start with toilets because, let's face it, they're not going anywhere. But how you handle them can make or break your bathroom's flow. If you're dealing with a small bathroom, wall-mounted toilets are your best choice. They make the floor look bigger because your eye doesn't have the visual break, and they're easier to clean around. Plus, they give you that modern floating look that photograph beautifully. But where people really mess up is in freestanding tubs. Everyone wants that hotel bathroom look with gorgeous standalone tub, but then they push it right up against the wall to save space, and guess what? Can't clean behind it, so it becomes a dust and grime collector that will drive you crazy. You need at least 18 inches of space around a freestanding tub, or it'll just be creating a maintenance nightmare that can haunt you every time you clean your bathroom. And speaking of tubs, I need to address the trend of eliminating them entirely. Look, I get it. You want that massive walk-in shower and you never use a tub anyways. But here's the thing. You might not use it now, but your future buyer might care about it. It could definitely affect the resale value. Plus, there will come a day when you might need to soak something, clean something, or maybe even wash a pet. So don't eliminate the tub unless space absolutely demands it. I always recommend as a builder to keep at least one tub in the house. If you do have the space, maybe just add a water closet or at least a pony wall to separate the toilet area. Having a toilet separated from the rest of the bathroom is a game changer, especially if multiple people need to use the space at the same time. It's one of those features that sounds fancy, but it's actually practical and makes your bathroom feel like a spa than a multi-use space. Now let's talk about the details that actually improve your daily life, because these are the things that transform a bathroom from just functional to genuinely enjoyable. Heated floors sound like a luxury, but they're one of those things that once you've had them, you can't imagine living without them. There's nothing like stepping onto a warm floor on a cold morning, especially if you're getting out of bed, or a warm shower. It's especially worth it if you're already tearing up the floor anyways, and the cost difference is minimal when you're already doing the work. Around those lines, ventilation is one of those unsexy details that makes a huge difference in your long-term happiness. Proper exhaust fan is essential, preventing mold and mildew. Without it, you're basically inviting moisture problems that could cost you thousands down the road. And not just any fan. You'll need one that's properly sized for your space and positioned to actually remove the moisture effectively. Let's shed some light on lighting, because it's where people make some really basic mistakes that affect their daily routine. Most bathrooms have one overhead light and that's it. But think about what you actually do in your bathroom. You're looking in the mirror, putting on makeup, shaving, checking your appearance. You need even shadow-free light for these activities. The best solution? Sconces on either side of your mirror. They provide even illumination without harsh shadows that make you look like you're in a horror movie. Finally, let's talk about tile buying mistakes that could cost you big time and cause major headaches during the installation. When you find a tile you love, buy extra, and I mean way extra. Not just the 10% overage your contractor recommends, but I suggest 15 or 20%. Why? Because tile is produced in batches, and if you need more later, the new batch might not come in the same exact dye lot. It's like buying paint. You want it to come all from the same dye lot to ensure consistency. This is especially crucial if you're using natural stone or tiles with variation. Marble, for example, can vary dramatically from piece to piece. Some pieces are light, some are dark, and some have heavy veining. You want your installer to mix and match these pieces randomly through the installation so you don't end up with all the light pieces in one area and all the dark pieces in another. The truth is, planning a bathroom renovation isn't about picking pretty materials and fixtures from Pinterest. It's about thinking through how you actually live and use the space every single day. It's about understanding the cheapest option up front might cost you more in frustration, maintenance, and potential resale value down the road. And it's about remembering that trends come and go, but good design, a wonderful contractor, and smart planning never go out of style. That's it. If this has helped, hit that like and subscribe button for more practical tips. Now, it's your turn. Tell me in the comments, were you about to make one of these mistakes? Or do you have a bathroom topic you want me to cover next? I'll be reading the comments and I'll be sharing with you guys. Until next time, I'm Blake. Thanks for watching.